I'm particularly proud of our groundwork in the past year. We were able to put internationalization of education on the agenda of the most important stakeholders and point out the importance of a Swiss participation in a multilateral program like Erasmus+. And in addition to that, I'm particularly proud of our team, which has mastered so well the challenges of working remotely for such a long period.
I'm most proud of the resilience and creativity shown by my colleagues, both in terms of moving delivery of programs and projects online, and also in terms of things like the methodical hard work of going through contracts and working with clients if we couldn't deliver immediately to work out a plan for delivering in the future that would still work for us and for them.
Despite the COVID-19, mobility is still running, and we had a drop in mobilities, but something like minus 23%, which is not as bad as we could expect. This definitely is a collective achievement. And also, we could define a framework to make the program more inclusive. We consider this as an achievement as well.
As a national agency, we were really there to support our beneficiaries, in this case, higher education institutions, in tackling the pandemic through crisis management, advising them on how to run their project activities, especially mobilities in these unusual circumstances, and motivating them to deliver activities in alternative ways, virtually or in a blended way.
We managed to enable scholarship holders to continue with their academic endeavors by quickly offering flexible digital alternatives in established programs. The rapid launch of new digital programs designed for the situation at hand shows the high adaptability of our organization and is a proof of the strong resilience of DAAD.
I think that what I'm most proud of from this year is that we have been able to turn around quickly in order to respond to the various challenges and needs of the education sector. And we have also been able to establish new programs for lifelong learning for those who have been out of work due to the COVID situation.
ETS is committed to supporting institutions and students during this global health crisis and beyond. To meet the needs of students affected by test center closures, ETS launched the use of remote proctoring for the TOEFL and TOEIC tests last year. Remote proctoring allows students to take the test at home. This way, students who take the TOEFL test can show their English proficiency score for their admission process. And students who take the TOEIC test can get a language certificate before they start their working career.
Despite the pandemic, we managed to open our new office in Brussels earlier this year, with the aim to increase Czech participation in the EU programs. The integrated concept of the Czech Liaison Office for Education and Research in Brussels will not only support synergies between education and research, but also bring more extensive capacities in terms of personnel, technical equipment and facilities in Brussels, and offer a new portfolio of services and opportunities for our institutions.
Adaptability is amazing. Adaptability on all levels. The flow of education has been continuing. There's been no major halt or stop in education or in schools or in higher education. Everybody has contributed in these very difficult times.
In terms of what made us proud is that international education was able to work up to the expectation and offer master and PhD programs at a level of interest of our students. We have supported more applicants last COVID year than ever in the history of IEC.
I'm proud of the fact that we are able to adapt to new reality really fast. What's more, to respond to needs of today's world, we designed the Urgency Grants program. I'm also proud that more than 1,000 Belarusians have benefited from Solidarity with Belarus program managed by NAVA. In this way, we have expressed solidarity with Belarusians who found themselves in difficult situation due to political crisis.
I can mention two things that we can be proud of. First of all, how our team has adapted and really mastered a new approach of working as a team. And secondly, also having kept alive the dialogue with all the representatives of the universities and somehow managing to keep them all active and motivated for international collaboration.
To become the first public organization in Spain to accomplish the new EFQM model, thanks to the development of an integrated management system, helping the consolidation of the culture of our organization and the adjustments of strategies and long-term work plans.
As many know, resilience plans are being prepared and introduced throughout the European Union as a response to the situation created by the pandemic. We were lucky to be able to participate in the preparation of the Slovak one, and we were heard, and thus internationalization is a vivid part of many activities that are being planned in the field of higher education and research throughout the whole Slovak plan.
Because of the coronavirus pandemic, the universities had to switch to distance learning and also to adapt their entire operating methods within a very short period of time. Overall, this transition was and is a success due to the great commitment and flexibility of the teaching, administrative and technical staff, but also due to the understanding and participation of the students.
One of our greatest achievements during the last year was the successful development and optimization of our many scholarship programs despite the difficulties of the pandemic. I'm proud that we effectively identified the tools and procedures that enable us to maintain the same standards as before. I see our capacity to swiftly adapt to a new environment and develop relevant solutions and significant achievements of our organization.
The thing I'm most proud of is managing to halt some threatened really significant cuts to research funding in the UK. Now, it's not directly COVID related, but it is, of course, a consequence of the tightening of budgets as a result of the COVID impact on government finances. We could see we might lose £1 billion, and we stopped it in its tracks.
Despite the unprecedented changes in everyday life of our institution, mainly due to COVID-19 pandemic, our administrative board, management team and staff has managed to keep up to its obligations and responsibilities. Even more, we have succeeded in launching a new series of international and national scholarship programs, and we have implemented successfully the Erasmus Plus program for 2014 to 2020, while we have just announced the new Erasmus Plus mobility program for 2020-2027. Resilience and adaptability was the name of our response to these challenges.
I'm very proud of the level of participation of our institution to the Erasmus program. I think we have a very good communication strategies, and perhaps we are also a little bit creative. We have, for example, one of our most famous initiatives is the Erasmus Orchestra.
I am particularly proud that, notwithstanding the pandemic, we were able to deliver on a number of recommendations that went way out of our comfort zone. For example, on academic heritage, cybersecurity, but also human rights and the colonial past of Belgium.
What's most impressed me is maybe summarized by the word resilience. Our sponsors, our grantees, our staff, all of the participants in our programs want to continue with international educational exchanges. They want to get prepared for the future. And even during the pandemic itself, it was possible to be able to do the exchange. They did it in person, and if not, then remotely. So the resilience on all of the stakeholders, to me, was truly impressive.